Across the lands of ancient Greece, two legendary figures stood between mortal man and the wrath of the gods, Hercules and Xena. Their stories of bravery and compassion were told by generations of storytellers. In tribute to these great heroes, the Athens Academy of Performing Bards resolved to write down these classic tales for generations to come. Traveling the vast and often dangerous countryside, the Academy's bards carefully recorded all the stories of Hercules and Xena they could find. When Hera, Queen of the Gods, heard of the Academy's library, she was furious. Bent on revenge, she created an evil fog that descended upon the Academy grounds, destroying the scrolls forever. Now determined to rebuild its library, the Academy has asked you, their finest student, to travel the lands and once again collect these important stories in the Hercules and Xena Learning Adventure.
To start a new journey, enter your name and click Go, or choose an old name and click Go.
Ah, young bard, there you are. You look well, ready to take on the world, I see. How envious I am. I remember the feeling, the excitement. I could hardly wait to get out to see the places I'd heard about for years. Well, now it's your turn. There are 6 places for you to travel to on your journeys. In each of these places, you will meet someone who will share with you the stories you are seeking. But be warned, young bard, these journeys are not to be taken lightly. You will be tested in each place you go. No story will come to you cheaply. Pass the tests, and the rewards will be well worth your efforts. Now, step forward into the Hercules and Xena scroll store, and choose which scroll you will restore first. Take care, my friend. We are all counting on you.
Your first destination is the magnificent city of Olympia, home of the famous games. There you will meet the son of my old friend Pindar. His name is Tennis, and I am told that he is a great storyteller and athlete, a true Greek. Assist him in whatever he asks of you. Do this well, and he will help you in your quest.
There you are, young bard. The Academy sent word you'd be coming. Unfortunately, I'm on my way to the arena. My father's stories will have to wait until after I won the triathlon. I'll tell you what. My trainer got sick from some of those roadside tacos on the way here. Horrible things. Anyway, I'll need help if I'm going to win this thing. The competition includes 3 events: wrestling, running, and discus throwing. Help me do well in all 3 events, and I will tell you all the stories you want to know. I'll be wearing this blue toga for all of the 3 events, just so you know who to root for, okay? See you inside. Okay, my young friend, the first event is wrestling. Help me beat my opponent by answering the questions correctly. Each time you answer right, I win a point. Each time you miss a question, he wins a point. The first one to earn 5 points wins the match, okay? Let's go! Wrestling was one of the most popular events at the ancient Olympics. In order to be crowned champion, a wrestler had to beat many opponents. Roas of Thasos had already defeated 4 opponents. If he must beat a total of 10 to win, how many more opponents must he defeat? Unlike modern Olympians, ancient Olympians were sometimes given money for winning their events. Pancratian wrestlers were often paid much more highly than other Olympians.
If Marcus of Mycenae won 4 bouts and was awarded 3 dinars for each win, how many dinars did he win? In ground wrestling, the match would continue on until one of the opponents would give up by raising his index finger in the air. If Artis of Athens competed in 10 matches and gave up in 3 of them, how many matches did he win? Modern Olympic athletes are not paid for competing. Ancient Olympic athletes were paid in various ways. Some were given coins, ingots, or oil containers. If Damon of Propontis competed for 5 days and was given 3 dinars every day, how many dinars total was he paid for his 5 days? Ground wrestling athletes would become very muddy during the match. Athletes used a tool called a strigil to scrape off the oil and mud after each bout. If Partis of Sparta competed in 3 matches the first day, 2 matches the second day, and 4 matches the third day, how many times did he have to use the strigil over the 3-day period? Okay, young bard, the next event I need your help with is the discus throw. The better you answer the questions, the farther I throw the disc. I have to beat my opponents 5 out of the 10 throws to win, okay? Let's do it. Only about 20 ancient discuses have been recovered by archaeologists. Some were forged from bronze or iron, while others were carved from marble. If an archaeologist found 2 discs in Athens, 4 in Priene, and 3 on Chios, how many discs did he find total? Historians figured that the first Olympics occurred in the year 776 BC or before. If they actually began in the year 736 BC, what would be the difference between the 2 time periods? Iron was considered a very valuable ore in ancient times. If Sportacus of Priene had 3 discs made for him at a cost of 4 dinars each, how much did he spend total on his discs? The weight of a discus for a woman was about half the weight of a discus for a man. If a man's discus weighed 7 pounds, how much did a woman's discus weigh? Discus throwing was second in popularity only to wrestling in the ancient Olympics. On the first day of competition in 324 BC, 30 people showed up to watch the first round of throws, and 45 people showed up to watch the second round. How many people watched the first day of competition overall? Okay, this is the last event. If we win this, the champion's wreath is ours. Answer the questions as quickly as you can. But be careful. My opponents run faster if you miss a question, and I want us to win. Let's go. One early Olympic foot race measured almost 1.5 miles in length. If Sportacles ran the race 3 times, how many miles did he run in total? If Part has traveled 4 miles on foot, 10 miles on horseback, and 5 miles by boat, how many total miles did he travel? Runners needed plenty of water to keep from dehydrating. If Danticles of Demoni ran 4 races and drank 2 liters of water after every race, how many liters did he drink in all? According to historical evidence, running races were the only events held at the first Olympic Games. If Tendonitis of Troy ran 2 miles in 5 different races, what was the total number of miles he ran? If Sportacles traveled 100 miles by boat, 12 miles by foot, and 13 miles on horseback, how many total miles did he travel? There you are! I've been looking all over for you. We did it! Well now, you needed a story. One day Xena received a summons for help from a nearby kingdom. As she rode into the castle, she noticed that...
This wedding is her chance of happiness, and this is being threatened by the greed of slave traders. As a king and as a father, I implore your help.
So you want me to masquerade as the princess?
Just until the wedding.
She'll have to go into hiding outside the castle.
No, I couldn't possibly allow that. She hasn't left this castle since her mother was killed.
Even better, no one will know who she is. Look, the people who are trying to kill your daughter will be looking for her here. Someone inside the castle is working with the slavers. This is where the danger is.
I've sent for you because I need you to save someone's life. This attempt on your life was meant for my little girl.
From Olympia, travel north to Thurman, home of Beatnicus, the poetic Cyclops. Now, my young friend, don't be afraid. Never has a gentler creature existed. Unfortunately, he's a better storyteller than poet. Help him with his verse, and he'll tell you the next part of the story you seek. Horse. Oh, my sheep for a word that rhymes with horse. Horse? A horse? What's another word that rhymes with horse? Not much of a poet who can't even rhyme. Hello, come in. Oh, you're just in time. Some help I need, if you please. I'll tell you the stories of Hercules. Or of Xena, if that's what you need. But help me now, I beg you, please. I have 4 poems that need your time. But try as I might, I simply cannot rhyme. Take the scroll, you'll see what I mean. Not a single verse can I complete.
A couplet is a 2-line poem that rhymes. This poem is made up of 3 couplets put together. The letters on the left, AA, BB, CC, tell you which lines should rhyme with each other. Drag the right words into the right places to help Beatnicus complete his poem. Greece. Peace. Unfold. They'll. Bard. Crowd.
Gabrielle travels through Greece, partnered in Xena's fight for peace. She watches the stories unfold and wonders how they'll be told. A great bard with tales of suspense. Her crowd always listens, intense. Yes, indeed, you're very good. I have another to fix, if you would.
A haiku is a 3-line poem with a total of 17 syllables. Instead of rhyming, haiku sets the rhythm with the number of syllables on each line. The numbers on the left, 5, 7, 5, tell you how many syllables belong on each line. Drag the right lines into the right place to help Beatnicus complete his poem.
There are still a few blanks left to fill. Complete them all, if you will. Least. Most. Punctual. Center. It's better than mine, that's for sure. But I think you need to help me some more. Least. Least. Some of the words don't seem to fit. Some look better, but that's not quite it. It's better than mine, that's for sure. But I think you need to help me some more. Powerful. Center. Learning. Most. Powerful Athens. Center of arts and learning. City most renowned. That's 2 down and 2 to go. You got a knack for this, you know.
A cinquain is a 5-line poem with a total of 22 syllables. Instead of rhyming, cinquains set the rhythm with the number of syllables on each line. The numbers on the left, 2, 4, 6, 8, 2, tell you how many syllables belong on each line. Drag the right lines into the right place to help Beatnicus complete his poem.
Nike. Victory. Wing it. Battles. Nike. Winged Greek myth. Goddess of victory. Famous symbol of battles won. Nike. Well done, good show. Now here's one more. A 3 and 1 makes a total of 4.
Rhyming pattern poems have 6 lines of text arranged in a specific rhyming pattern. The letters on the left, AB, AB, CC,
tell you which lines should rhyme with each other. Drag the right words into the right places to help Beatnikus complete his poem. Mean. Fire. See. Desire. I. Dwarves? Some of the words don't seem to fit. Some look better, but that's not quite it. Giants? Many think Cyclops are mean, wanting only to cook you with fire. But they see a different scene. Your friendship is what they desire. Although their beady eye may look scary, they're really just giants that are hairy. My sheep are grateful. They love a good read. Now let me tell you the story you know. Xena and Diana stared at each other in disbelief. They looked exactly alike. What was more amazing, however, was how...
Tell me what to do to be a convincing Xena.
So how do I look? This seems too big. A necklace?
Hey, be careful with that. It's not a piece of jewelry, it's a weapon.
Ooh, how does it look?
You throw it. Leave it there. It looks great on you.
I was just trying to give it some color. It seems so awfully dark.
Well, you have to convince people that you're me, and I like dark. Now, stand up straight. Push your shoulders back. Plant your feet like this. Well, it's a start.
Thank you for risking your life for me. This experience, pretending to be you, I mean, it'll be good for me. I'll be among the little people learning of their concerns.
Well, the first thing you should learn is not to call them little people. Meet my friend Gabrielle on the North Road. Give her this. She'll take care of you.
No, that's the front.
Oh. Thanks.
From Thurman, travel east to Delphi, home of the famous Oracle, and the home of Triaca's tomb. Once there, you must solve the puzzles on the two-chambered doors to reach the great Megaron. Do this, and Triaca herself will be sure to reward you for your efforts.
This simple jigsaw puzzle locks these doors up tight. Build the shape on the left, leaving no pieces on the right. Colors and shapes have their place on these turning dials. You must break their code. Welcome, young traveler. Welcome and well done. It is not every day that someone makes it all this way to see me. As you can see, I'm not as animated as I used to be, but my spirit lives on in this chamber, in this great Megaron. But you seem impatient. You want to hear about Hercules and Xena, Well then, let me see. At first, Gabrielle thought Xena was playing a trick on her. No two people could look that much alike. As soon as Diana ran away from a tiny...
But this experience will enrich me and allow me to better rule my kingdom. Yes. At last, I am one of the ordinary people.
Fullerman told me of the latest assassination attempts.
Yes. I went back later to follow their tracks. When they ran away, they didn't go out the gates. They entered the castle. Someone inside, someone with a lot of control over who comes and goes around here, is working with them.
Most disturbing. We have a traitor in our midst. Minius, my future son-in-law, has arrived, and the banquet in his honor is due to start soon.
I'm ready to meet him. What's wrong?
I could excuse you by saying the princess has been taken ill. This is a very dangerous test of your believability as Diana. The banquet will be full of people who've known Diana since childhood.
That's exactly where I want to be. One of them might be the traitor. Don't worry, I'll handle it.
From Delphi, travel northeast to the temple maze at Demone Springs. When you arrive, proceed into the maze, choosing any route you wish. Find the scroll story to learn about a beast that once ran wild through the maze. Collect the images of the beast and place them on the temple wall. For this, the temple keeper will be forever in your debt.
Don't forget to like and subscribe, and follow Dan on social media. You can find all the links in the description below.
Once upon a time, on the island of Minos, there lived a king and a queen. One day the sea god Poseidon delivered to the royal castle a beautiful snow-white bull that he demanded the king and queen sacrifice to him. Seeing the beautiful creature, however, the queen could not bring herself to order the animal killed. As revenge for the queen's insolent behavior, the sea god turned the queen's newborn baby into an ugly creature, half man, half bull, known as the Minotaur. Twice as large as a normal man, the Minotaur raged out of control through the castle grounds. Thinking quickly, the king constructed a complicated maze in the caverns beneath the castle. The king's men then lured the beast into the labyrinth and locked him in. Some years later, a hero named Theseus arrived on the island to kill the Minotaur. Theseus told the king that he had heard horrible tales of a creature living beneath the castle that often killed visitors to the island. The king denied that such a creature existed in order to protect his child, whom he believed was still alive deep inside the Minotaur's body. That night, however, Theseus was visited by King Minos' daughter, Ariadne. The young woman told Theseus that the stories he had heard were true. She then gave the hero a magic ball of thread that would lead him to the beast hidden within the elaborate maze. At midnight, Theseus followed the ball of thread as it rolled on its own through the maze and led him to the sleeping Minotaur. Theseus quickly attacked the slumbering beast. As the monster lay dying on the ground, it slowly transformed into a handsome young boy. The king's son looked up at the hero and said, "Thank you for freeing me." Why did Poseidon send a beautiful snow-white bull to Minos? Because the queen could not bring herself to order the animal killed? He wanted it sacrificed in his honor. Minos was an island. Why did the sea god turn the queen's newborn baby into an ugly creature? Because the Minotaur was half man, half bull? the queen refused to sacrifice the snow-white bull, the queen was a beautiful creature. How much did the Minotaur probably weigh? As much as a man? As much as a bull? Twice as much as a man? Why did King Minos construct a complicated maze? To make a challenging game for his visitors. To lure the beast into. To hide the beast from the light of day. If Taurus means the word bull in Greek, then the Minotaur probably got his name by combining which words? The name of the island and the word for bull? The name of the island and the name of the king? The name of the king and the name of the young Athenian? Why did the thread roll towards the Minotaur? It was magical. Theseus pushed it ahead of him. The Minotaur pulled it to him. When Theseus attacked the Minotaur, where do you suppose most of the people of Minos were? Asleep in their beds? At work? At the king's palace? Why did Theseus kill the Minotaur? Because he hated monsters. To protect future visitors to Minos, so he could marry Ariadne.
Who's there? Oh, yes. Only a bard would come this far. You brought the tiles with you. Build the creature's picture on the temple wall. Ah, you've done your job well. Now for the story you seek. Diana was shocked to see the poor conditions that some of the subjects in her kingdom lived under. She had been protected inside the castle walls.
I assure you that all the corruption which has stopped royal aid getting to the poor will come to an end. I know the king personally. He'll hear about this. As you wish.
The strings have been strung too tightly. Maybe another day.
From Demoni, travel down to the sea and find Ariana, captain of the island runner. She will tell you what she knows of Hercules and Xena, for a price, of course. To earn your tale, you must act as her navigator and safely guide her boat to the island of Chios. A strong command of the winds will assure your safe passage.
Welcome aboard the Island Runner, Bard. Beautiful, isn't she? My father, may he find rest in the Elysian fields, left her to me when he died. You seem a bit young to navigate a boat such as this, but your mentor assures me you can get the job done. Our destination is the island of Chios, 3 days to the east. The sea god Poseidon will show us the way to go by marking our destination for each day we are at sea. Your job as navigator is to plot the ship's course to the sea god, safely navigating around the obstacles in our path. drag the favorable winds into points along the route to steer the boat in the direction you want to sail. Then take us out to sea by clicking go. Whoa! Careful there, sailor. Remember, you need to anticipate where we're headed. Then drag the winds into place to steer us around the obstacles and over to Poseidon. Let's try it again. Well done, young bard. Or should I call you navigator? That's some of the finest navigation I've seen, and I've seen the best. Now, get a good night's sleep, and we'll tackle the second leg tomorrow. Whoa! Careful there, sailor. Remember, you need to... Oops, looks like trouble. Remember, drag the winds into place to steer the boat to Poseidon. Let's give it another go. Repeat after me. I will drag the winds into place to steer the boat to Poseidon. I will not run us into any more islands or sea monsters or whirlpools. Very good. Now, let's try this again. Well done, young bard. Or should I call you navigator? Another great day on the waters, navigator. Tomorrow, the last leg to Keel. See you in the morning. Whoa! Well done, young bard. Or should I call you navigator? Always good to be back in port. You did a top-notch job, just like a seasoned pro. Well, now, I promised you a tale. Let's see. With only one day left before the wedding, Xena guessed that the traitors would try something at the ceremony itself. That night, Philemon visited...
No. No, we can't let these terrorists stop us from doing what's right. No. No, we can't let these terrorists stop us from doing what's right.
Once you have proven your worth to Ariana, have her take you to the trading islands of Noxos, Mykonos, and Delos. One of the traders owns the final piece of your story, the sacred scroll of Hera, but he will not likely part with it cheaply. Travel between the islands, trading as you go, until you have what you need to trade for the scroll.
Here's a complete list of the goods we have on board. I offer them now to you to trade for what you seek. Good luck, and may Hermes, the god of commerce, guide your way.
Welcome, stranger. Everything's fresh this morning. Let me know what you like. Nice, crisp apples. Best you can get between here and Athens. Is it a deal? Ah, the scroll is what you're after then, eh? That's a very famous item around here. I'll trade it to you, but it'll cost you plenty, I can tell you that. Here's my offer. My olive oil is the best quality. First pressing. Nobody does that anymore. Here's my best offer. A good trade, friend. Delos grows the best herbs in any of the isles. You'll see. Here's my deal for you. An honest deal. Be pleased with your choice. Best wine grapes grown in the islands. You'll love them. Here's my best offer. A fair deal, friend. May Athena guide your way. Nice, crisp apples. Best you can get between here and Athens. Is it a deal? A good trade, friend. That's the best quality fish around these islands. I only sell local produce. Here's my deal for you. An honest deal. Be pleased with your choice. Nice fresh cheese. Local farmer makes that just for me. How's this trade look to you? A fair deal, friend. May Athena guide your way. Those nuts are grown out back. Best in the islands. A fair price I ask for them. A good trade, friend. Pure Delosian honey. None sweeter, trust me. How's this trade look to you? An honest deal. Be pleased with your choice. See you next time, friend.
Haven't seen you before. What do you need? Chariots? Abominable contraptions. Wouldn't carry them if I didn't make a huge profit off them. Looks good to me, but if I find anything missing, you better be looking over your shoulder. Long reach, good control. Centaurs know their spears, believe me. Of course, you gotta pay for the best. Okay, human, you got your deal. Good tunic, the best centaur leather. You'll pay for the best. Okay, human, you got your deal. Those bows are made for a centaur. Big. I'll trade it to you anyway. It's your choice. Looks good to me, but if I find anything missing, you better be looking over your shoulder. Stop a thunderbolt from Zeus with that shield. Cost you plenty. Okay, human. You got your deal. You'll need those shin guards to fight a centaur. Here's what it'll cost to keep your leg in one piece. Okay, human. You've got your deal. A Faceless's own head should be so lucky to wear one of those helmets. They don't come cheap to him either. Looks good to me, but if I find anything missing, you better be looking over your shoulder. From the forge of a centaur, cut through anything. Here's what that kind of advantage will cost you. Okay, human. You've got your deal. Those axes are centaur-made. Cut right through a full-grown oak in one swing. Cost you plenty. Okay, human. You've got your deal. Yeah, okay. See ya.
Welcome to the Naxos Emporium. Please allow me to be of any assistance you may need. There's nothing like a great robe to warm you up. I've had mine for years. You won't find them cheaper. It's always a pleasure doing business with someone who appreciates the finest quality. Thank you. A bolt of the finest island fabric, good for any purpose. This is my best deal. Very good then, it's a deal. The unique shape of that incense burner not only looks good, but it spreads the scent more quickly too. It should cost twice as much. It's a trade then. Thank you. This jewelry box is unlike any I've ever seen. The wood is scented and fills the room with a heavenly scent. This is the best price. It's always a pleasure doing business with someone who appreciates the finest quality. Thank you. Have you ever seen a more perfect mirror? And the detailing is magnificent. Here's my offer. Very good then, it's a deal. A trader passes through here once a year to bring those perfumes to me from the farthest corner of Persia. Expensive, but worth it. It's a trade then. Thank you. The stones and the metals are all from Naxos. Very unique. Because they're local, I can make you a deal. It's always a pleasure doing business with someone who appreciates the finest quality. Thank you. Local craftsmen make those just for us, the best sandals on the market. Your fine taste will cost you. Very good then, it's a deal. The ladies of Naxos pride themselves on spinning the finest wool. This price doesn't include the basket. It's a trade then. Thank you. Leaving so soon? Take care and come back soon.
Hello, friend. Let me know what you like and I'll see what I can do for you. Ah, the scroll is what you're after then, eh? That's a very famous item around here. I'll trade it to you, but it'll cost you plenty, I can tell you that. Here's my offer. A deal's a deal, friend. The scroll is yours. Guard it well, friend.
Didn't anybody ever tell you it's rude to leave before the cake's cut?
I'm telling you, Papa, they have nothing. We have to make sure that the charity intended for the poor actually gets to them.
I take it your journey among the little people was educational.
You were right. They're not little at all. They're grand and they're warm and they deserve so much more from us.
With the last piece of the puzzle in your possession, it's time to travel back to Athens in the Academy, where you will write down what you have learned. Complete the scroll and place your name across the top for all to see.
Hello, hello! Ha! It's very good to see you again. You made it in one piece, I see. Very good, very good. Quickly now, go and restore the scroll. I can hardly wait to see the completed work. Don't worry, I won't interfere with your work too much. Proceed, young bard, proceed.
Kingdom. Bowing to her. Shadows. Assailant. One day, Xena received a summons for help from a nearby kingdom. As she rode into the castle, she noticed that all the people she passed seemed to be bowing to her. What was going on, she wondered, as she walked into the entrance hall to meet the king. Just then, a man leapt out of the shadows and attacked her. Undaunted, Xena fought off the assailant, whom disappeared just as King Leos entered the room. The rumors were true. His daughter, Princess Diana, and Xena were nearly identical twins. Suddenly, Xena understood why the people had bowed to her.
I've sent for you because I need you to save someone's life. This attempt on your life was meant for my little girl.
Marriage. Masquerade as Diana. King Leos explained that Diana's upcoming marriage would unite two neighboring kingdoms and abolish slavery in both lands. He believed that slave traders were trying to stop the marriage before they were put out of business. Understanding what was at stake, Xena agreed to masquerade as Diana and find the culprits.
This wedding is her chance of happiness, and this is being threatened by the greed of slave traders. As a king and as a father, I implore your help.
So you want me to masquerade as the princess?
Just until the wedding.
She'll have to go into hiding outside the castle.
No, I couldn't possibly allow that. She hasn't left this castle since her mother was killed.
Even better, no one will know who she is. Look, the people who are trying to kill your daughter will be looking for her here. Someone inside the castle is working with the slavers. This is where the danger is.
Stared at battle. Royal court. Personalities. Xena and Diana stared at each other in disbelief. It was truly amazing. They looked exactly alike. What was more amazing, however, was how different the two of them acted. Xena had been hardened by years of battle, while Princess Diana had been pampered for life in a royal court. Trading places would involve more than just changing clothing. They had to trade personalities as well.
So how do I look? This seems too big. A necklace?
Hey, be careful with that. It's not a piece of jewelry, it's a weapon.
Ooh, how does it look?
You throw it. Leave it there. It looks great on you.
I was just trying to give it some color. It seems so awfully dark.
Well, you have to convince people that you're me, and I like dark. Now, stand up straight. Push your shoulders back. Plant your feet like this. Well, it's a start.
Thank you for risking your life for me. This experience, pretending to be you, I mean, it'll be good for me. I'll be among the little people learning of their concerns.
Well, the first thing you should learn is not to call them little people. Meet my friend Gabrielle on the North Road. Give her this. She'll take care of you.
No, that's the front.
Oh. Thanks.
Castle. Rule over. Find her friend Gabrielle. Uncovered. Diana was thrilled to be leaving the castle. She was anxious to meet the people she would soon rule over. For the princess's protection, Xena insisted that Diana find her friend Gabrielle as soon as she left the castle. Xena knew she could trust Gabrielle to protect the princess from harm while she uncovered the traitors.
Tell me what to do to be a convincing Xena.
The trick. Mouse. Fact. At first, Gabrielle thought Xena was playing a trick on her. No two people could look that much alike. As soon as Diana ran away from a tiny mouse, however, Gabrielle was convinced. She quickly began training Diana how to act like Xena, and about the ways of the world outside the castle walls.
But this experience will enrich me and allow me to better rule my kingdom. Yes. At last I am one of the ordinary people.
Inside the castle, traitors, quarters, banquet. Meanwhile, inside the castle, Xena told King Leos of the most recent assassination attempt against her, or rather, against the princess. Xena believed that traitors were operating from inside the castle walls. How else could they have such easy access to their private quarters, she deduced. It was clear that the wealthy slave traders had managed to turn some of King Leos's people against him. That evening's wedding banquet was the perfect opportunity to root them out.
Pullman told me of the latest assassination attempt.
Yes. I went back later to follow their tracks. When they ran away, they didn't go out the gates. They entered the castle. Someone inside, someone with a lot of control over who comes and goes around here, is working with them.
Most disturbing. We have a traitor in our midst. Minius, my future son-in-law, has arrived, and the banquet in his honor is due to start soon.
I'm ready to meet him. What's wrong?
I could excuse you by saying the princess has been taken ill. This is a very dangerous test of your believability as Diana. The banquet will be full of people who've known Diana since childhood.
That's exactly where I want to be. One of them might be the traitor. Don't worry, I'll handle it.
Diana resolved corrupt conditions. Diana was shocked to see the poor conditions that some of the subjects in her kingdom lived under. She had been protected inside the castle walls for so many years that she just assumed everyone's life was as happy as hers. After meeting a particularly poor family, Diana resolved to do something about the corrupt conditions of her kingdom as soon as she was made queen.
I assure you that all the corruption which has stopped royal aid getting to the poor will come to an end. I know the king personally. He'll hear about this.
Resolved Castle, Xena, Harpist, Play, Trick. Back at the castle, the banquet was just getting underway. So far, Xena had managed to fool all of Diana's friends into believing she was the princess. Still, when Diana's longtime friend, Philemon, insisted that the princess play the harp, Xena panicked. Diana, it seemed, was an excellent harpist. Xena was not. In a moment of inspiration, Xena began to play, but then accidentally snapped all of the strings on the instrument. The trick worked, and the banquet ended without incident.
As you wish.
It appears the strings have been strung too tightly. Maybe another day.
Wedding. Something. Worried. Voice. With only one day left before the wedding, Xena guessed that the traitors would try something at the ceremony itself. That night, Philemon visited Xena in her chambers. He was worried for the princess's safety, too. In her best Diana voice, Xena assured him that nothing would keep the wedding from going through as planned.
No. No, we can't let these terrorists stop us from doing what's right.
Ceremony. Crowd. Before. Jump. The next morning, Diana's servants dressed Xena lavishly for the ceremony. With all eyes upon her, Xena carefully studied the crowd for any signs of treachery afoot. With only minutes left before the ceremony was due to begin, something had to happen soon. As soon as it did, Xena would be ready to jump into action against whatever foe came her way. forward. Chandelier. Jumped. Ambassador. Ambassador. As the ceremony began, Xena walked forward to the altar, a bit shaky. So far, nothing seemed unusual. Just then, she noticed a large chandelier directly over her head began to shake and then fall straight for her. She quickly jumped clear of the trap and faced down the assassins who attacked her with swords. Within minutes, she had captured them all as the crowd looked on, dumbfounded at the princess's newfound warrior skills. King Leos was shocked to find out that his high-ranking ambassador, Glossy, was the leader of the plot against Diana.
Didn't anybody ever tell you it's rude to leave before the cake's cut?
Listen to Best Queen. Throne. With the castle safe again, the princess returned to thank Xena for everything she had done. The king listened to change Diana, tell of the many lessons she had learned outside the castle. She vowed to be the best queen the kingdom had ever known. Xena was pleased to see that Diana planned to rule not from her throne, but rather from her heart.
I'm telling you, Papa, they have nothing. We have to make sure that the charity intended for the poor actually gets to them.
I take it your journey among the little people was educational.
You were right. They're not little at all. They're grand and they're warm and they deserve so much more from us.
Well, my friend, I'm very impressed, very impressed. This is a marvelous tale. I'm very proud of you. Yes, very proud indeed.
Don't forget to like and subscribe and follow Dan on social media. You can find all the links in the description below.